Only going to go live on the video for now. Hello, audience. All right, I want to do a quick, I don't know where she is, of course.
Well, she works 2 days a week. Why would she be here on time?
I know.
So I want the pillows.
Yeah.
I want everyone's, the audience's take on everyone's volume, because I can't really hear what you guys are hearing because I'm hearing what's going through the board, not StreamYard. So, audience, how is everyone's volume?
Do you need us to talk?
How's my volume? How's your volume?
Well, yours and Dad's should be the same. So
This is like the Zoom work meeting I look forward to every day.
Zoom work meeting.
It is a little bit.
So everyone's sounds good. Okay, perfect.
I think.
Well, all right then. And if I need to adjust anything, I can make adjustments during the show if you guys want.
I like it.
All right, we are live on audio. We are recording. And here we go.
Welcome to the Tom Bernard Podcast with the family and
co-host Catherine Brandt.
Andy Brandt Bernard.
And Kristyn Burtt.
See, look at that. Now we're talking.
You have to sit closer to you.
Yep, you got to sit closer, even though you don't want to. Oh, here we go. Andy, Kristyn, you're going to love this. So Catherine and I went down and did some stretching exercises today.
I got Tom in the gym.
Yep, she got me in the gym. We get on the elevator after a while, and there's a guy in there. He's probably about 45 years old, something like that. Italian guy, you can tell just by looking at him. And he says something like, "What the hell'd she marry you for?" What was that he said, actually?
I didn't hear any of this.
Oh, you didn't hear any of it? Well, you heard him talking about me talking to him.
That's rude.
Yeah, I don't know.
What the hell'd she marry you for? I said, because I'm witty.
Because I'm rich. Because I'm handsome.
Yes, that's what it is. Kristyn Burtt Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Kristyn, what the hell's going on?
What the hell is going on? We got another controversy. How about it?
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
You're like, what is it? Yeah. Remember we were talking about the Riyadh Comedy Festival? Like Kevin Hart went. They went to Saudi Arabia. Everyone's really upset about the money. Well, it's Riyadh festival season, so that means that there's another festival coming, and this time it is the Soundstorm 2025, meaning all the musicians now are going to catch some heat. So people like Cardi B, Benson Boone, Post Malone, Halsey, a lot of people who DJ, including Idris Elba, who's a very well-known DJ and an actor. They're all going to catch a lot of heat because now they're headed to Saudi Arabia to take tons of money from the Saudis, and Human Rights Watch organizations trying to get them to not go. A lot of the comedians tried to donate their salary to the Human Rights Watch organization, and they refused to take it. So we'll see how this all plays out, but they're making a ton of money. Whatever they're paying them, they're making a ton of cash.
I have a question. Can you answer this question? How the hell do you make a Muslim laugh? I don't think I've ever seen a Muslim laugh in my life.
You know what was interesting? There are very strict rules on the type of comedy you can do. It's written into your contract. One of the contracts was leaked online. Someone who got the contract and then never signed it, but they leaked it out. And I don't know who it was. If anyone in the chat knows, let me know. But just talking about, like, you can't criticize the Saudi government. Like, there's certain things you're not allowed to joke about.
Nope.
So your comedy has to obviously be very clean and follow within these, like, narrow parameters. I'm going to assume that also music-wise and certain types of lyrics may have to be changed for your set as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just don't understand. You're having a comedy festival, and about 90% of comedy you can't use.
Right.
That's tough.
I'm not really sure what they could say because, you can't touch politics, you can't touch the royal family, you can't touch
Definitely not religion. Yeah.
Not religion,
Definitely
not
not
sex. You can't touch sex.
No.
Nope.
Traffic, you could do traffic jokes.
Traffic.
Boy,
jokes.
is the traffic bad today.
I mean, I guess you could joke about your kids, like just do
Yeah, I
family jokes
suppose.
about your kids. But if that's not your type of comedy, You have to write an entirely new set.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, like I said, it was kind of interesting. Well, I suppose where I grew up, it didn't really happen. Oh, Alex is here. I suppose it didn't really happen until after I was much older because there were no Muslims living in my neighborhood when I was a kid. But when did the Muslims start moving to Minnesota? About 20 years
Early
ago?
2000s, I think.
Yeah, early 2000s. I think that's about right. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't grow up around it or whatever, all the rest of it. And it's one of those situations, people don't seem to understand when I or anybody else says, look, I like this, I like that, and all the rest of it. You don't have to be offended by any of it. What I do if I find something not funny or offensive, I just don't watch it. I don't send a message, I hate you for doing this. It's like, calm down. If you don't like it, then don't watch it.
No, you see that all the time on social media.
Oh, do you?
Somebody answering the phone. What am I supposed to be offended about today?
Yeah, there you go.
If I don't like
what am
someone,
I protesting for today?
Yeah, when you don't like someone, it's like, don't follow them, don't comment on their social media, don't
Exactly.
watch it, just move on. Move on,
I
move on,
couldn't
move on.
agree
That's
more.
what I do. I'm like, there's plenty of people that I find obnoxious, and I just
Right.
move on.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Don Rickles trying to be funny today?
No.
Oh my God, that would be impossible. He'd have nothing to talk about.
Yeah. He was pretty, he was mean.
Oh, he could be
his,
mean, yes. He
his
could.
comedy was actually pretty mean.
Well, yes, that is true. The worst thing I ever heard him say, he was doing a live thing in Miami, as a matter of fact, and there was a couple there, and he's looking at this couple, and they look to be 70-something years old, nice couple, and he says to the guy in the couple, so where you from? The guy says, we're from Miami. Oh, yeah? Let me ask you a question. Are you a Jew? The guy goes, yes, I am a Jew. And he looks at his wife. His wife has a huge nose. And Don Rickles on live television goes, what's your wife, an eagle?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He was mean.
Yeah, that's
my
mean.
God.
Oh, that's mean.
That is mean. There's no question about
Who just
that.
posted, take my 21 virgins, please?
Yeah, there you go.
I thought it was 71. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot of.
Costaki said in the chat that he went to see, or Charlie said in the chat that he went to see Costaki. And Costaki noticed his Tom Bernard podcast shirt on the stage.
Nice.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Aw.
Charlie, you're the best in the business. TBP shirt from the stage. That's
Yeah,
good.
he was in Albuquerque, right, Charlie? Or
I
thereabouts.
think so, yeah. I think that's where he said he was going. And that's where Charlie's from. Charlie in Albuquerque. So, you know.
Well, yeah.
I think that's probably the deal. But yeah, Kristyn, are comedians having a tough time being funny right now?
You know, I think that they probably get frustrated sometimes of like, oh,
Yeah.
this is such a good joke and this won't fly. And they're probably just sitting around a coffee shop telling those jokes to each other now.
Yeah.
Or they're going to a private club and doing it where there's no phones allowed and things like that. But I mean, it's tough. But then I sit there and I look, there are plenty of times where comedy still is funny. Like I can watch a show like
Yeah.
Hacks and still find it funny.
Right.
And I was watching the studio when I was on the plane between Los Angeles and San Francisco, and I was like, there's so many inside Hollywood jokes. I was laughing out loud, and I love when people can make fun of themselves and not take themselves
Oh,
too
yeah.
seriously.
Yep. No, I understand that 100%. I just don't think it's that easy to be funny anymore because there are so many. There is no way somebody today would get away with that Don Rickles line. No way.
No, and look at, I think back to the last comedy roast that they did on Netflix, which was Tom Brady. And Tom Brady, I'm not sure he necessarily had seen a roast before because
Right.
afterwards he was just dying.
Yep.
All the jokes that they were making about his ex-wife running off with a jiu-jitsu instructor and having a baby with him. And Tom did not find that funny, you know, and he didn't like jokes about his former New England Patriots Bill Belichick coach. You know, like they were just, it was
Sure.
just really, he just felt like, I'm like, you shouldn't have signed up for this if you didn't know what it was going to be about.
I didn't even know Tom Brady got roasted.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was
Huh.
it was the top rated comedy special for the year on
sure.
Netflix. It was huge.
Huh.
That was a
I
huge
bet that is
deal
true.
A couple years
Yeah.
ago.
You know, even in the town right next to where I was born in Long Prairie, there's a place called Browerville where my grandmother was born. And I think my mother was born in Browerville as well. But Guess whose family's from Browerville? That'd be Tom Brady.
Tom Brady's mom.
Tom Brady's mom is from there, so it was interesting. The one time I did talk to Tom Brady, he said, we got to do something about this. And I said, what's that? And he goes, well, there can't be 2 Tommy B's in just a town of 600 people. I said, yeah, I do understand that. I do get it. So I think you can probably take the Tommy B part, and I could just be Tommy DJ or something, whatever. Hell of a nice man. He is. You ever meet him in person? I mean,
Tom Brady. Never
that
encountered
boy is
him.
good looking. I will tell you that. You cannot take the young man, woman, whatever. He is one handsome fella, no question.
And a heck of a ball player.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're not agreeing with it? You don't think he's
And
handsome?
He's okay.
heck of a player.
Oh, he's okay.
He's just
Yeah,
not,
he's
I
a
mean,
heck
I
of a
think
player.
he's good looking, but I'm not like attracted to that type of looking
I
guy. Does that
understand
make
that.
sense? Yeah.
I don't even know what he looks like. Let's look him up.
He's like the classic, like
Football guy.
yeah, jock
He's-
looking guy. You
He's
know?
had a
He
little
sure
too
is.
much filler and Botox right now too, so he's looking a
Oh,
little.
really?
Yeah, right now he looks weird.
He
Yeah.
looks
didn't know
strange.
That's funny. You were just watching something on YouTube about celebrities that have had
Oh,
too much
God.
surgery.
Oh, God.
You know, Alex, when we talk about people and we're like, they look like they're made of plastic.
Yeah.
They look plasticky. I guess that's lasers. They've had way too many laser treatments, and
Lasers,
that
okay.
makes their skin look very
Yeah,
plasticky.
like the shiny,
Yep.
very
Yeah.
flat, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Speaking of handsome boys, I've got a picture of 2 handsome guys right here.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, Charlie and
They look-
Costaki.
Charlie and Costaki.
So
Look at
cute.
Aw.
Look at
He's
that.
wearing my shirt to
He's
the
ripping
show.
the podcast.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Charlie,
That's
you're
so
the best.
sweet.
Charlie's the best
It's
in the
very
business.
nice.
Well, Costaki's such a great guy, too. We've been working with him for years. Just a great guy. Really nice. No question.
And if you want that very shirt, go to our website, click on the merch tab.
Yeah, there you go.
Get some merch.
Yeah, there
Get
you
Next
go.
time
some
Costaki
merch.
comes to your town, maybe he'll notice you.
Do you guys think that it's much harder to be a comedian now than it's ever been? Because it sure would appear to me that you cannot do a lot of things, say a lot of things. It must be very hard to be a comedian right now.
I think comedy's
I
just
think it's
not
hard
as
to be anything.
well,
Yeah, maybe.
there is that.
It
I think comedy's
is.
not as big as it was 10, 20 years ago too.
Comedy's
Like
not?
it's still big, and I think it always will be big to a degree. But 15 years ago, 20 years ago, even 30 years ago, I mean, stand-ups were just like every stand-up seemed like was getting huge.
Oh, yeah.
All you had to be was like okay, and you had a gigantic career ahead of you. Whereas now it's like unless you're in the top 1% of comedians, you don't seem to make it anymore.
Well, and it's like I can't remember who it was. A comedian was in studio a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about how now comedy's made for social media.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
problem.
It's like we need to
Yeah,
have like
good point.
short little jokes that we
Yep.
can post online so
They can
people
make a lot of
can
money.
follow
Yeah.
us on Instagram, because our Instagram following is just as important as people coming to our shows.
Arguably
because-
more.
Yeah.
Alex, do you remember when we were taking, I think it was an Uber from the airport to the hotel in Vegas, and the driver, she said what she does is go to comedy shows.
Yes.
That's all she does.
Yes.
Every chance she gets, she just goes
Mm-hmm.
to comedy shows. And she was what, maybe 30, maybe?
Yeah. I'd
Yeah.
say 30-ish. Yeah.
I kind of was surprised by that.
Huh?
I don't know why.
Well, there are always people that love like live music and live comedy and like
Yeah,
that's
definitely, yeah.
Well, and I think too, in like she lives in Vegas, so I think live shows is like kind
Yeah.
of part of the culture in Vegas.
Yeah.
Netflix also has brought back a lot of like the stand-up comedy special, because they have a new comedy special almost every week if you take a look at what's going on. And they do the Netflix comedy special out here in Los Angeles, and it's huge.
Oh, okay.
I do have a favorite live comedy on television story. I'm sure you've heard it many, many times, but I can't remember the guy's name. I can see his face, but I can't remember the comedian's name. Comes on Ed Sullivan. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
Ed
the
Sullivan.
very funny, and I can't remember who it was. You need to track it down.
Me.
He comes out and does his bit, very little laughter. It's a live television show with a live audience. There's some chuckling, but not a whole lot of, rah, ha, ha, like that kind of deal and all the rest of it.
Raw, ha, ha.
At the end of the act, he goes, "Now, normally my act is over right now, but I've got another, it's not really a joke, but it's this. This is for you, and this is for you, and this is for you.
Wow.
He gave people the finger on national. Ed was not happy. I will tell you that.
Oh boy.
Andy, could you look up and see who what that person's name is? God, I can
Was it
see
Lenny
his-
Bruce? It feels like a Lenny Bruce
Well,
moment.
it's somebody
Sounds like
like Lenny
something.
Bruce.
Sounds like something he'd do.
Jackie Mason.
Jackie
Oh.
Mason. That's exactly who it was. Very good, Andy. Very good job. Yeah, Jackie Mason. This is for you, and this is for you, and this is for you. It's like, oh my God. On live. And Ed comes on, he's like, let's move on. Yeah, I suppose.
Does the finger get censored on TV? Like,
would
do they
think
blur it?
Absolutely.
Especially during those days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm
Well,
thinking
they
now,
do
like, can you
anything.
give the middle finger on ABC if I wanted to? Like, if I just was like on Dancing
That's a
with the
good
Stars?
question. Because I
That
like
is
I
a
know
Why
for
don't you
sure.
try it next time?
Yeah, there you go.
Dancing with the Stars and be like, hey,
You could go viral.
Hey, look who's back. It's Kristyn.
I'm testing this out for Tom Bernard show.
Yeah.
Test.
Testing it out.
As they drag me out of the ballroom on live TV, that'd be amazing. I'd be like,
You should totally do that.
That is so
Great
wonderful.
idea.
That's a wonderful thing, and no question about that. But I will say, Catherine, I've been watching some shows on TV. TV changes so much. What is the pattern? Is it about a 10 to 15-year period where everything just seems to change over? Not quickly, but through that 15-year period, it slowly changes, and then by the time you get from point A to point B, it's totally different, and people. I mean, that's pretty amazing they could do that.
Well, if you think
actually.
how long ago the huge sitcoms were, like Friends and all of those, it's a long time ago.
It is.
Friends
It
started in '94.
Yeah.
I know.
It ran
Wow.
'94 to 2004, and
And I mean, like, think of
2004 is a long
Think of
time
the way
away.
Glenn Miller played songs that made the hit parade.
Yeah, that's right.
Guys like us, we had it made. Those were the
Those
days.
were the days. Thank you.
But that's 50 years ago. If you're looking at any show in the
That's a
70s,
long
Yeah, but they've been making that same observation for a long time. It's once you get into middle age, the world is a different place.
I love that. Charlie in Albuquerque, Jackie Mason, Charlie in Albuquerque, early 90s. I ran into Jackie Mason on the street twice in one day.
In the afternoon and again that night.
That's amazing.
That's
Running into
interesting.
Jackie Mason twice in the same day.
Where was that? In Albuquerque?
Oh, he just
Yeah,
died
it was-
4 years ago.
Also, it was in Albuquerque. He's been there. Charlie's been in Albuquerque for a long time, hasn't he?
As long as I'm aware of.
I do believe it's true, but everybody's got to have a sense of humor, don't they?
There's
hope
still some
so.
good
Oh,
some comedy shows. Like Ghost is funny.
Yeah, Ghost is good.
We like
Ghost
ghosts.
is a good show. Did
yeah,
you say
I like
season-
Hacks. I like The Studio. I love Palm Royale's coming back.
Oh, we love Palm Royale.
Yeah,
That's a
I
good
mean, there's a
show.
lot of good stuff. You just, it's the problem is that we don't see it all year round.
Right.
Yeah.
Other than maybe like Abbott Elementary and Ghosts, they make it through the traditional TV season, but everything
Yeah.
else winds up. We wait a year, we wait 2 years, that type of thing for it to come
Yeah, you
out.
watch it for a week and it leaves your consciousness
Yeah.
within 2 weeks. It's like it doesn't have any
Yeah.
cultural relevance because no one's thinking about it for more than maybe a month tops.
yeah. Well, it's like
Yeah.
because then there's shows that they release like weekly, like a normal
Yeah.
show, rather than all at once. And I'm like, then it keeps it more
Yeah.
in everybody's awareness.
See,
Until
to
then,
me,
we
if
wait a
you're-
year.
If
for it to
you're
come back.
binge watching, though, to me, I feel like that it's very forgettable.
Yeah.
Like because you don't have to remember. You just keep on, looping through the whole thing, and it's like I don't remember what happened.
Exactly. It all blends together and
I
you
really like
forget
that
about it.
show. What was it again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was
You guys do that all the time. I love that
We
show,
do,
whose
yeah.
name I don't remember or who was in the
anything about it at all? Yeah.
That's true.
With that guy and that
true.
girl.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just
Yeah.
because
I don't
I'm of an age where I'm conditioned to watching a show weekly, so.
No,
but I do
all
think,
binge watching, it all blurs together and you forget everything about the show.
I
That's just
think
how
so.
that's just how binging something works, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I'm a
suppose that
binge
is true.
watcher, though. I'm a binge
Are you?
watcher. Yeah, because I don't have that much time to, because I have to watch TV all the time for work.
Yeah.
So that when
Yeah.
I'm watching something that maybe I'm not covering that I really want to watch, it just has to be in a
Oh.
condensed period. But I get frustrated thinking, now I have to wait a year for season 2 or season 5 or whatever it is.
Yeah, I feel like we just maybe left the huge, drama era behind with all of, Taylor Sheridan's westerns
yeah.
and those big, dramatic shows. I don't know how much more of that stuff is coming out now.
Well, we
that's
have a
probably
big
true.
movie night planned tonight. So,
Oh, you got tonight?
yep, we're going to go to Costco because we need 7,000 snacks
Yep.
because my children never stop eating.
Yep. Ours too. That's where we go now. Is we buy those giant boxes of snacks and they eat them all.
And we're getting a pizza from Costco.
I love
We haven't
Costco
got a
pizza.
pizza from Costco in like, I don't even know how long.
I don't think I ever have. Are they?
They're pretty good.
Yeah,
It's a good pizza.
yeah. It's very large.
Of course.
Yep.
Well, I mean, your family couldn't eat it, so it doesn't matter.
That's true.
The
It's,
take and
yeah,
bake
it's
one?
irrelevant.
It has literally all the things that you can't eat. And we're watching Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Which one?
Oh, I love Cass.
The like original with like
The
Christina
90s
Ricci.
one?
yeah,
or
the
whatever?
90s one, Christina Ricci. Because the movie theater by us, because it's MEA, so the kids are here.
Oh, okay.
They don't have school. We don't have school today. And I was looking, I was like, oh, maybe we could go see a movie. And the only kids movie out right now is Gabby's Dollhouse, which I would rather pull my eyes out of my head and set them on fire than going to see that
I
movie.
don't
Okay.
even know what that is.
Okay.
It looks
is
very
like-
hyperkinetic.
It's a Netflix show, and it is the most visual overstimulation extravaganza you could think of.
Are your kids into K-pop Demon Hunters yet?
Fawn, they both watched it over the summer at my brother and sister-in-law's house, and they were like really into this stuff. And now they don't really talk about it.
Because they're coming back out with it for another sing along at the movie theater for Halloween. So I just was thinking.
Oh, really? I think that they would like that.
Yeah.
But they had it's the 30th anniversary of Casper, and they were playing it in theaters, and they were playing it at the theater by us, and I was like, oh, we'll go see Casper on Friday afternoon. And then I went to go buy tickets, and then it was gone.
Really?
Yeah. And Corpse Bride was on there too. And Fawn was like, we do a double feature? And I was like, sure, what else do we have going on? And now they're both gone.
Oh,
It's
weird.
really weird.
Really?
So now we're watching Casper at home.
That's weird. Theaters must be having such a hard time because obviously they're not giving those movies for free. So they have to pay for the movies so they can play them in their movie theaters. And,
It's a lot of real estate.
Yeah.
yep.
They're doing well if it's a PG movie, but otherwise,
Yeah. Yep.
they're not. One Battle After Another, they were just saying that's going to lose $100 million.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Not doing well at the box office.
I've never even heard of this. So
It's the Leonardo DiCaprio film that's currently out, and so it'll probably start to earn back some money because it's going to wind up in Oscar season, so it'll have a longer legs at the box office. But the days of being able to just make up a budget and go, okay, great, we can do a $200 million movie and we will make that back in 2 weeks. That doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing is the budget for this was about 150 million. So,
150, what, he get 140 of it?
well, yeah, that's the thing is Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro. I mean, a lot of these people probably each made
Yeah, a
10 plus
bajillion
million
dollars.
dollars.
Yes.
So it's
they're 10 to 15 million easily.
Yep.
I don't think they're making the money that they used to, though, right?
Well, no, this movie isn't. This movie hasn't even. It's broken even for like its production costs for the box office draw, but they don't get all of the box office draw.
And plus,
So-
there are marketing costs that usually tag on about 100,
Double.
anywhere from 100 million, sometimes 125. And I attended the One Battle After Another premiere, and it was a big one. They shut down Hollywood Boulevard, and they were at the Chinese Theater, and so then you have to shut off all of the sidewalk. That's big real estate, and then you have to think about all of the event coordinators, the cops you need to do security. Like it's massive when they shut down Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah, I suppose that is probably true. I really do miss coming out there because Catherine and I used to come out there when I worked at Capitol Records, and we'd go to California a lot more than we go now. And I really
Why
do
don't
miss-
you come and do a California visit, like Palm
Far away.
Springs or
It
Santa
is
Barbara?
far away.
From
Not
Florida.
that
Far
far.
away,
You're
that's
halfway
true.
across the country. I mean, you're in Florida now, but when you're in Minnesota, like
Well, that's true.
Yeah, it's not
Minnesota's
far
that
from
bad, but
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, but from Florida, it's got to be like a 5-hour flight
Has to
at
be.
Yeah.
least.
5 or
I'm
6.
so
It's
wonder-
actually
used to it.
southern Florida to depending on where you go in California.
Let's
There's
see,
hardly any
PBI to
direct flights.
LAX. Let's see, how long are these flights we're talking?
6
No, I
hours,
don't-
I'd say.
well, you'd have to
hours?
probably
6 hours direct, yeah, 5.5 to 6 hours
Yeah.
direct. Yikes.
If you can find a flight that's direct.
Yeah, you need to go out of Miami or Orlando. That's what I
No,
started doing.
you can
to
actually
visit
do
my family.
directs PBI to LAX
Really?
on JetBlue, yeah.
JetBlue.
Can't go to Vegas
I want
direct?
to fly to JetBlue plane someday.
I have.
Why?
Yeah, they're nice.
I've never been in one.
Are they like better somehow?
They have a little bit more room. The seats
Better
are all.
snacks.
Oh,
It's just a little. Yeah, it is. You don't feel like such cattle.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
I suppose, yeah.
it is
JetBlue
nice.
like barely flies anywhere in Minnesota.
Yeah, they don't come here
No.
really.
Yeah,
I've
they
never been on JetBlue.
closed a lot of their gates here in Los Angeles too. They used to have a ton of gates, like at both
Really?
Burbank, LAX, and Long Beach. And it's hard to. I mean, you can get from like LAX to Boston, LAX to New York, but a lot of other places you don't go any. They don't go anymore.
God.
I wonder why. That's odd.
Pandemic
It is odd.
really shut down a lot of their business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Well, no, we got to shut down your business because you have all these other things you have to do.
I do.
which-
I'm actually on my way to the daytime Emmys, so I've got to. Even though it's like 9:00, I have to start doing hair and makeup and putting on a dress.
So what
Jeez.
is that still like soap operas, things like that?
It's daytime talk shows, children's programming, and all of the soaps. And
Oh, okay, yeah.
the red carpet starts at like noon. It's such a weird time to start, but I was like, you wake up and just put on a sparkly
The
dress.
daytime
and go.
Emmys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't have them at night.
That's true.
Yeah, it's during daytime.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I got
No
a DoorDash food. I haven't even eaten either, so I'm like, I have to
Oh.
DoorDash a bagel or something and start getting
Well,
ready.
before you head out, I got to tell you this whole thing, this conversation we just had about, starting from moment one. I just really miss Joan Rivers because she used to come and do my show at least twice a month, and then she'd come in once in a while and insist to host the show. So I would be a sidekick to Joan Rivers.
That girl
Everybody
liked to
is.
work.
She was funny. Oh my God, she was funny.
Yeah, her daughter's very sweet, Melissa. I interviewed Melissa earlier this year. And
That's great.
just after she had lost her house, she lost her home in the Palisades fire.
Oh,
Man.
But they were lucky because she had just sent all of her mother's. Her mother had a big filing cabinet of jokes, and they had sent it off to, I believe, Lucille Ball's Comedy Center because it was museum for an exhibit. And she had just sent it like a week or two ago. Otherwise, she would have completely lost all of her mom's
my
handwritten
gosh.
jokes.
God.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Well, that's not
sometimes
good
there are
news.
very weird blessings in a
Yeah.
very terrible time.
Yeah. That's
Ladies and gentlemen, Kristyn Burtt actually has to work now.
She's got to go glam up.
It's got to glam up,
Got to glam up.
I washed my hair today, so we're good.
looking good. All right, we will talk to you Monday, I hope.
I will be here on Monday. I'll be here every day next week. Don't you worry.
Excellent. Glad to hear it.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye. You too.
Bye.
Kristyn Burtt Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. We'll take a break. Be right back. We have our pal is coming in. Isn't Timmy coming in? Or
Sure
not
is.
coming on, I should say. He doesn't come in, but he comes on.
Right.
Is that a good way to put it?
He's here.
I think so.
Well, he's already there. Okay, we'll take our quick break. Come right back.
He's in the green room.
Timmy Lammers will join us
virtual
right
green room.
after this. From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Allie?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands-free, but you can't have your phone in your hand for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget. And now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages, because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this, because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB, something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Let's talk about my bank, North American Banking Company. Look, it's easy to feel like just another account number at the big national banks, but that's not how it works with my friends at North American Banking Company. Whether you're visiting their locations in Roseville, 50th and France, Hastings, Woodbury, Shoreview, or Maple Grove, You'll always find real people who know you by name and actually care about your finances, not some AI chatbot. They also offer all the modern conveniences you expect, like online and mobile banking, but with a personal touch that only a community bank can offer. So why settle for less when you can bank with my friends at North American Banking Company? Visit nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is called Explosive Harmony.
Explosive Harmony, that's what it is.
Well, Tim's
More like-
dancing to it, so he must like it.
I'm bebopping to it, Andy. Now, is this AI generated music like last week?
Sure is. We're doing it. Doing this week, and then next week, I think we're going to pick different genres. I think we were rocked out, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You think
there
so?
I
you
don't know.
go.
That one was.
I am not in a green room, Catherine. I'm in my walk-in closet.
Walk-in closet.
Trying to have anything
Oh,
green
believe
in
me,
there?
we've had plenty of studios in strange little
God,
closets,
yes.
laundry
Oh,
rooms
yes.
throughout
You know-
the years.
It's supposed to isolate me from the dogs.
Oh,
I got one dog over here and one dog over here sleeping.
we've got,
There
They
you
we've
want to
got
be
one
by
dog.
me, which is cool.
more.
They're my guard dogs. I love
Mhm.
them.
Yeah, Jude just snoring away over here in the corner.
Dude is not a guard
So-
dog.
He's not a guard.
So funny that playing the commercial from my sponsor, Mike Bryant.
And then I have to say, Tim Lammers is brought to you by Michael Bryant, Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury lawyers. You can find Bradshaw and Bryant and MinnesotaPersonalInjury.com. So that's good.
Right. And it's so funny, that spot talking about cell phones in the hand while driving.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
People have completely forgotten about that law.
Yeah, they have. You're
That's
right.
because it's not enforced.
Oh, well, that's just it. And obviously the ranks are down. I think this all kind of fell by the wayside starting in 2020.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's so funny because this week's movie, I didn't see the Black Phone 2. I wanted something light. I wanted something funny.
Right.
And when you got Keanu Reeves in it, and Aziz Ansari wrote, directed, and stars in this.
Oh.
Keanu. And I don't know so much you're not a big fan. It's like he's Seth Goldberg.
Goldberg. You mean Rogan?
Rogan. His Evan Goldberg is his writing partner. I got him mixed up. Seth Goldberg. It's
Whatever.
Seth Rogan. You knew it from the laugh. Anyway,
Yes.
this movie, Good Fortune, fantasy comedy, and Keanu Reeves plays a guardian angel. He has wings, and all the guardian angels, we don't know this because we don't see them, but they all have duties. Keanu's is to sit in the back of people's cars while they're driving and tap them on the shoulder if they're using their cell phone.
That's a great
And
concept.
I'm watching Mike's commercial, and it's like, Mike needs to make this one of his movie recommendations. So on the way, they show him basically, I don't want to give away too much, but basically if somebody's doing this, he taps them and then they slam on the brakes and there's a bunch of people walking in front of him, or there's a big truck they could have run into or whatever. So he's a guardian angel and he saves lives by doing that, but that's his only thing. And it's like, I want to do more. I met this guy, Arj, played by, well, he didn't meet him, but he says, I tapped this guy in the shoulder named Arj, played by Aziz Ansari, who is a gig worker. He strings together a bunch of food delivery gigs, can't make a living at it. He's sleeping in his car. I think he's losing hope. So he makes himself visible to Arch. And he says, what do you want out of life? And he says, I want to be rich and have a lot of money like Jeff, played by Seth Rogen.
Oh,
And
God.
and so Keanu says, okay, well, I can make that happen for a week. And he switches their situations. All of a sudden, Arj is rich and he's got this huge estate and he's got all the money in the world. And Jeff is a struggling guy who is just trying to put life together, right? And Keanu says, okay, but after a week, you got to give the old life back. He says, because basically you're going to realize that life isn't all about money. Well, Arj actually does think it is. So after a week, he says,
Yeah, there's a shot.
I'm not giving it back. I'm going to stay this way. And it's like, but wait a second, you're ruining this person's life and all this sort of stuff. So he has to find a way to get them to switch back. And if he doesn't, and eventually he gets his wings stripped and is made a human, and he's living destitute just like Jeff is. So he has to find a way to get Arj to see the light, to realize that his life isn't that bad, and to get him to switch back. So that's the basic setup for Good Fortune. I liked it a lot. I won't say I love certain aspects of it. It's original in some ways. I mean, obviously, it's not a superhero movie. It's not a sequel. It's none of that stuff. But it's also derivative of It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't compare to It's a Wonderful Life, where you had Clarence the Guardian Angel and showing Jimmy what his life would be like, or what, Bedford Falls would be like without him. So it's kind of set up on that sort of premise. So I like the fact that it is actually a comedy, because we don't see a lot of big screen comedies. They just don't do well. I think the most recent example of that, it did okay, but The Naked Gun, that was the last big screen comedy we got. That was 2 months ago. So I mean,
what happened with that? Did they make any money?
I think I don't know if they did. Eventually movies make money because they license these things to streaming services and all that sort of stuff, and 4K if you still have it. So they do make their money back eventually. Rentals on premium video on demand, that sort of stuff. So eventually, but yeah, I mean, it wasn't a slam dunk hit in theaters.
Was that Liam Neeson?
Liam Neeson, yeah.
There's a lot of pushback on him because he's gotten super political and obnoxious, and people don't like him, and they won't go see him. They just won't go see movies with these people that do nothing but scream and yell about politics anymore. They just don't want to go.
And Aziz Ansari is kind of in a tough spot with this movie too, because he is one of the comedians that went to Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
And everybody's saying, "Oh, you know what? You're selling out," and we could talk about that all day. I mean, so imagine that you got your big movie where you're writing, directing, and starring in it, but people are pissed off at you because you went to Saudi Arabia with all these other comedians. But I mean, if you can put that aside, I won't say it's not political, but it certainly does have, I think, worthy social commentary on how gig workers just don't make money and they struggle. And they put a lot of money into these, because some people, it's all on I've never done it, but it's all with the apps and their ratings. And if they don't get 5 stars, they get fired and all that. It's just that, not that secure of a gig. And so it's a commentary on how they're struggling and how people that are financiers like Seth Rogen's characters don't give a rip about them until they see the light and live that life, and then they realize. So it's got that kind of social commentary in it, and I'm okay with it. It isn't preachy. I mean, believe me, if it's preachy, I'm going to call it out.
Yeah.
I've never been a gig worker. I don't even know if I really know any gig workers. But you certainly read. They're in the news all the time. I mean, about how they're trying to unionize and how they're not getting paid enough money and all that. I could see that. I can see that because I'm sure they don't make. And just like a server, you got to depend on tips, and not everybody gets tipped and all that kind of stuff. And so there's social commentary. But again, it's not really horribly overt where it's going to turn you away. But it's not political. And believe me, movies are political, man.
Well, they can be,
one battle after another.
I thought gig workers just meant that you had like instead of one full-time job, you had a bunch of part-time jobs.
Yeah, and basically the gig workers in this particular instance are like he's only a food delivery driver, and they don't mention, the name, what is it, Uber Eats and all those sort of things. They all have different names for it, but apparently there's a lot of those gigs where people deliver food, and they're kind of like Uber.
I got to point this out. Howard Boyd, Bill, what is it, McAfee?
Mahaffey?
Yeah, Mahaffey. God, Bill's been a listener forever. And Dave, all three of them, The Naked Gun is horrible.
Well,
Howard's the only one that saw it. It looks like he says the new Naked Gun was horrible, and then the other people are like, "I'm not."
Here is the thing.
So
I asked my wife, "You want to go see it?" No way, because she hates slapstick comedy.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
And
yeah.
that's all it is. And I don't know, Howard, if you like slapstick or not, or you just, again, now it's not about going to a movie anymore. It's about going to a movie with preconceived notions, because these people all have stuff to say off the screen, and it's harder to separate that kind of stuff.
Yep.
sure.
I know.
And so, I mean, I just kind of have the happy memories of Leslie Nielsen from those original pictures.
Oh God, yes.
And Pat Proft, our friend Pat Proft,
Mhm.
was a creative in those
Yeah.
original pictures and all that stuff. And him and was it one of the Zookers? Were pretty pissed off about this movie, because they did have a pitch for a movie out there for a long time, and eventually they just went with Seth MacFarlane and the guy that directs The Lonely Island on SNL, or he used to. Akiva Schaffer came up with something.
They must be going, nah, 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 nah.
Yeah, well, maybe,
Too
yeah,
bad it
probably.
bombed.
But the whole thing is that my love of slapstick goes back to the wonderful Three Stooges.
Oh yeah.
We all grew up in that sort of stuff. And it seems like more of a guy thing too. I mean, most women that I talk to do not like slapstick. I don't know, Alex, what about you? Or Catherine, do you like slapstick?
I mean, it's not my absolute favorite, but if it's done right, I can enjoy it. I mean, I
We used to
don't know.
watch America's Funniest Home Videos as a family for years
Yeah.
and years. So, I
Yeah.
mean,
Well,
that's basically
true.
nothing
There's
but
a lot of
slapstick.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that in there. I didn't think about that. Yeah, so I mean, but there is some pretty stupid setups for this one. I mean, but I don't know. I think Liam Neeson was a good choice for it, because he's one of those people that, yes, you're so used to seeing him in serious roles and Taken and, well, I forget. Oh, I got a particular set of skills and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's good at Paul Walter Hauser.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the guy in Blackbird who talked like this?
Yep.
Everybody's the son of somebody in that movie.
Mm.
Liam Neeson is the son of Frank Drebin. Paul Walter Hauser is the son of George Kennedy's character from those original movies. And then there's the son of O.J. Simpson's character.
Oh God.
And they make a joke about O.J. early on. He's not involved in the movie, but
Well, he's
everybody,
dead.
I'll tell you the joke.
He's
I mean,
not.
what the hell? They're all sitting there looking at their father's pictures on the wall at the police department, and they're all crying. And then they get to the guy with OJ, and he looks at the camera and goes,
Uh-uh.
Your
So,
OJ did die. He died last year.
Yeah.
I didn't even
OJ's
know.
dead.
Huh, I had no idea.
Yeah, I kind
died?
of forget that he died.
OJ.
Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
I didn't even know.
So turning
Wow.
on your dad turned out to be a mistake. Is that what you're saying? Ah.
I wrote a story for Forbes for, everybody does obituaries, so you try to find a different angle. And I did one on OJ being the person that Jim Cameron thought of to play the Terminator.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Arnold actually told a story that said, yeah, it was OJ before me. He wanted him, but then they decided, the studio or somebody decided that they didn't think of OJ as a killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something
Really?
like that.
Only in real life.
The irony.
Only in
They didn't
real
want
life.
to be the Terminator because he wouldn't come off as a killer.
Yep.
God.
So yeah, horrible. But anyway, yeah. So back to Good Fortune. I mean, it's one of those movies that I'm looking at. It's like, you know what? If you don't see it in the theater, I mean, it really should have been one of those movies that would have just done fine if it debuted on screen, streaming.
I was gonna say, it sounds like something that I'd watch like on a plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know.
I again, and I deliberately picked this one because I like everybody involved. Not Seth Rogen as much as, and I really don't know a lot of Aziz Ansari stuff, but I love Keanu. And again, maybe because, off camera, and people catch him on camera, he's doing great things for people.
Yeah, he's a very
He's a good
he's a
guy.
very nice person.
Yep.
Yeah. And so much in the way you might not want to see a movie because so-and-so is blah, 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 blah. you tend to think, you know what, I love Keanu and what he stands for and what he does, so I want to see his movie and I want to support him.
Right.
So that was, and it's like, okay, I want something like that. And I also, this was after the fact, I heard that the Black Phone 2 does get political.
Oh, does it?
Oh, really?
Oh, of course
we
it
thought,
does.
Dad, you and I watched Black Phone, the original.
Which is a good
Black
movie.
Phone.
The original one, yeah. I thought it was good.
You know, I might be wrong. And again, it's everybody is subjective. Maybe it isn't, but I thought I read that somewhere. But I will see it eventually. But I wanted something fun, light, happy, because next week I'm going to talk about Frankenstein, which I've seen, but I'm not going to spoil anything for you. But I've seen Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein on the big screen.
Ooh.
Oh, fun.
So
And
good.
it's going to be playing on the big screen, New York, LA this week. And the next 2 weeks, it's going to expand. And yes, indeed, there will be,
We should go see that.
in all the major markets, including Minneapolis, there will be screening. So you
Love
can
to
see it
go
on the
see
big
that.
screen.
We'll go up to that new theater.
Yep.
Streaming, I like this movie a lot. Came out last Friday. The Woman in Cabin 10, Keira Knightley.
I talked about that when you left last week. I was like, I want to see, because I read the book when it first came out.
You know, it's so funny because I watched it earlier this week without my wife. Normally, that's like a death sentence. But I told her,
That's a little hard.
yeah, well, yeah. 'Cause, you know, you don't watch streaming without your spouse, okay? You just don't. And then I said to her, I texted her, you've got to see a movie, The Woman in Cabin 10. Well, she didn't get the text or whatever. She just ignored me, which she often does, by the way. And I get home, and on the counter is the book. And she says, I wouldn't have watched it anyway because I'm reading the book. So it's like, so is it a good book? And did you see the movie, Alex?
Seen the movie, but I really want to watch it. I'm excited to watch it because I read the book and really, really liked it. That's the kind of thriller book that I like.
Yeah.
And I really like Keira Knightley, and I'm excited.
Yeah. She's terrific. She's really one of those few actresses or actors in general that just really does. She got such of a presence on screen.
Yeah, she's like a very classic type
Statuesque sort of. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope you're gonna like it. Again, you know, once you see it, maybe we should talk about it next week. But then I'll talk about it with Patty as well. Once she actually sees the movie.
Okay.
But
I can make that my homework.
It's you know, just to give people a basic idea what it's about. Think about Agatha Christie, Death on the Nile. She plays this reporter who goes on this ship. It's a billionaire. It's actually a yacht, but a billionaire played by Guy Pearce owns it. And it's she's in cabin 8. And in cabin 10, she hears a bunch of ruckus and everything, some slamming, glass breaking. All of a sudden, she hears a splash. She looks overboard, and there's something. And she tells security and all that sort of stuff. But all of a sudden, the blood stain that she saw is gone. All the evidence disappears, and all of a sudden, everybody said, "You're nuts," because nobody's staying in cabin 10.
Yeah.
So it's a whodunit murder mystery, I guess, where you could say everybody is suspect, much in the way like the Agatha Christie Death on the Nile, which you should see if you haven't. Kenneth Branagh directed that and had a big ensemble cast. I thought all of those Hercule Poirot deals that Branagh does are terrific. So it has that sort of vibe. Again, it doesn't hold a candle to it as far as a movie to Branagh's thing, but it is still a great movie.
Why don't we take a quick break? Be right back. You got some more time, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Excellent. We'll be right back right after this.
Why should your business bank with North American Banking Company? Here's Pete Wolf, owner of Robinson Rubber of Robbinsdale.
I partnered with North American Banking Company because I was able to talk to the president, and I know they have my back. They are much easier to talk to than those larger banks. The openness and flexibility has been the best part of banking with North American Banking Company. They understand small to medium businesses. No matter what part of the bank I am working with, North American Banking Company has the latest technology and friendly staff. I would absolutely recommend North American Banking Company to any of my closest colleagues if they want to have peace of mind in their business.
So why not bank where I bank, with my friends at North American Banking Company? To learn more about North American Banking Company, go to nabankco.com. That's nabankco.com, or do what I do and stop by any one of their 6 Twin Cities locations. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's Tom for Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities. Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities are a place where your loved one will live with pride and dignity, very important. If you care deeply about someone in your life, Wellshire is a place I recommend. Wellshire is a memory care focused facility that has full nursing team, always staffed within the building 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They have never used or relied on any staffing agencies. Wellshire of Medina, now accepting elderly waivers after 12 months of private pay. I know them personally. They're a family-owned local company conveniently located right in Medina and Bloomington. They're the best staffed memory care facility in the state. Wellshire has a robust community with activities 7 days a week. If your loved one is in need of memory care facility, please get in touch with my friends at Wellshire. Set up a tour or learn more at wellshiremn.com. That's WEALSHIREMN.com.
Previous one was Explosive Harmony. This one's Explosive Serenade.
I was wondering if you're going to play a little Ace Frehley today.
Yeah, we probably should talk about that, huh?
Ooh, what?
What's that? Catherine's making enough noise there?
Okay, I'm going to turn off you guys.
You know.
Angling.
Okay, now, there we go.
Jingle,
Please.
jingle, jingle.
Okay, so here's my Ace Frehley story. And I know, Tom, that back at that other place that you were at,
The
you
Q?
had Ace in studio, right?
Yes. Oh, God.
Yeah, that was
number
cool.
time,
So let me
yeah.
tell my story quickly, and then I want to hear about Ace from you.
Okay.
7th grade, my first rock concert, Met Center.
Ooh,
It was
night.
Kiss with my buddy Mark, Dave, John, Tony, and Joel all went to this. 7th row. First concert experience. I didn't know. You rushed the stage. I was just, now you got to remember, 14, 15 years old. I'm 5'8" right now and about 100 pounds more than I was then. So I got in there, weaved in there, got up on somehow managed to get up on a chair in the front row. And Ace is playing his guitar, and I was, wait, Ace. Ace flicks me his guitar pick. It comes, and it hits my fingertips like this, and I fell backwards.
Oh, no.
And since everybody is rushing the stage, it was like a mosh pit, and they caught and they put me back up. Okay, this is where things get a little crazy. I'm trying to think. It's kind of a metal back chair. I stood up on the back of the chair to get higher than everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
Next thing you know it, everybody else gets up in the middle on the backs of the chairs. And then at one point it's like, it's like, what's going on here?
Whoops.
Okay, the smoke clears, concert's over. All the backs of the chairs are
Yep.
they all bent backwards. People were standing on the chairs and they all went
Oh
so
my God.
that was my
ruined the
first
chair.
concert experience. And obviously, I mean, you know how some memories you have, you can just see them right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
The Ace Frehley flicking the guitar pick is one of those memories.
Did you ever get
Wow.
the guitar pick?
No, I didn't.
Ah.
It touched the tips of my fingers.
Yeah.
It touched, and it just,
It's
I
like-
fell backwards, and some lucky schlub behind me got it.
It's like
Doesn't
the,
matter, you know. I got that vivid memory of. The only other thing I can remember from the concert was Kiss had this great deal with the platforms where they came up from the ground, and Gene is like, you know, and it's like, it was really, really cool. So I do remember that, and I do remember the guitar pick, and then I remember my buddy Mark afterwards saying, I got Gene Simmons' bloody toe. I got Gene Simmons' blood on my hand.
God.
I got my blood on my
No,
hand.
thank you.
Thank you.
Because, you know, Gene at one point, he does that, you know, and then he wipes the towel, and he throws it in the audience, and Mark is like, I got his blood on my hand.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. So
Lovely.
Maybe
anyway,
like rock and roll blood.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's pure.
yeah,
Domination.
yeah, no kidding. Have to get that. If it were a couple decades later, you would have had to have gotten tested
Yeah.
for something.
Yeah,
you
for
would have to
real.
go get your shots.
Yeah.
But Tommy, what was Ace like? I mean, was he
Oh, it could
laid
not have
back,
been nicer.
cool?
I actually had lunch with Ace Frehley and Sid Hartman.
Oh my God!
Well, there's a lunch for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Was
Did
Sid
Sid
a
even
big
know
Kiss
who he
fan or
was?
something?
Was that?
Was Sid a big Kiss fan or something?
Well, I used to have lunch with Sid all the time over at the Lincoln Dell, right there on Highway 12.
And,
94.
But Sid was a wonderful guy because he engaged with everyone. I don't know how some people didn't like him, and I don't know why, because I thought Sid was a wonderful person. Died at 100 years old, and Chad and I are still really, really good friends, so that's a nice pickup on that situation. But yeah, Sydney, I would bring these guys to lunch with Sydney, and there's Ace Frehley. So let me tell you, I gotta ask you a question about your band. Are you kind of like the Beatles? That's the stuff that Sid would say. I miss Sydney. There's no question about it.
I see some comments here. Howard said corn syrup blood. Yes.
Probably.
And
That
if
could
I
be.
mistakenly said Ace doing the blood thing, it was Gene.
Oh, it's Gene
Somebody
Simmons.
questioned it. Yeah, it was Gene. Yeah, who would do that?
Gene
And,
had lunch with Sid once too, though, so it worked either way.
Yeah.
Ace
Well, no,
did.
Gene and Ace were in
Right.
with the Eagles. Who's the guitarist that got fired?
Full guitarist
Felder.
got fired.
Felder.
Oh,
Weren't
Felder.
they?
yeah,
Didn't they
Don
all
Felder.
come in studio?
Yep.
And I think maybe one other person, but Don Felder, Gene Simmons, Ace Frehley. And you know what? Big news stories, actually, national news. I don't know if you knew this or not, Tom, but national news stories came from that interview that you did in there,
Right.
because that marked the first time in 16 years that Gene and Ace did an appearance together.
Right. Right.
So it was kind of like a big deal. It's like, wow, they reunited after 16 years. Because I don't know if there was bad blood. Probably, it's rock and roll. But Peter Criss and Ace left.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember how they replaced him. They didn't replace Peter with another cat, not till later, or the Starman. But they had like a fox. Trying to remember the guy, Eric Carr, I think was a drummer, who I think also passed away, by the way. Because my son Quinn was asking yesterday, is he the first one from the band? And I says, well, the first member of the core group, but there were replacements, and I do believe the replacement drummer died. But it sucks, man. 74, Diane Keaton was 79. It's too young, man.
Oh, it is. There's no question about that. I really do miss those days. It was just, people were coming through that. Like I said, you'd have every big movie star would come through, every big singer. I mean, we had, because it was the highest rated morning show in America.
Well, Minneapolis used to be a hub for a lot of advertising and a lot of things that they're not doing anymore.
That was such an honor, though, to have the highest rated morning show in America. And few people know that, because the news didn't ever bring it up, the fact that we were the #1 rated morning show in all of America, because, Tommy doesn't kiss their ass, so that's how it works.
Note to self, kiss lots of ass.
Yeah, there you go. Kiss lots of ass. There's no question about it.
Yeah, so, and just in general, this all kind of evaporated in 2020 with the pandemic. Used to be a lot of what they call PA tours, personal appearance tours. And so I interviewed quite a few people that would come through. They would do regional press in Minneapolis. Mostly, a lot of times, and I think they still do it in Chicago, where they'll actually fly to Chicago. But now it's just Zoom. They'll just do Zoom, which, for me, who did the majority, just because I hated traveling and being away from the kids, I didn't do a lot of junkets. But it was all phone calls. So Zoom's cool to me now, because we can see each other.
Yeah.
So, but the only in-person stuff I'd ever do would be when people would come through like that. But never the rock stars. It's just the movie people.
Yeah.
But you got the rock stars and the movie people, which is pretty cool.
It was unbelievable. I will tell you this. There was a lot of pressure during that era, because when you look at the numbers and you're #1 in the nation, you go, now what am I supposed to do? Right?
Yeah.
Well, you better figure out the way to stay there. And of course, nobody ever stays on the top like that, because what happens is management gets involved and destroys the whole thing. It's just how it works.
It's
Well, it
kind of
wasn't
the
only
reason that
management.
studio executives is like a revolving door.
Oh, yeah. What do
know?
you mean it wasn't only management?
It wasn't only management. It's, corporations just start,
Oh, yeah.
shuffling around everything and just trying to make as much money as they can.
Well, soon
Yep.
enough, and now with these mergers, okay, so Skydance acquires Paramount. Now Skydance wants to acquire Warner Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Soon enough, it's going to be one giant ass studio.
What is Skydance again? Who owns
It-
that?
It's it's a
Is
it's
it
a
a hedge
media
fund?
company run
Oh.
by the Ellisons.
Oh yeah.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Yeah, David is and his dad founded Oracle.
Yep.
Ah.
David has run Skydance. Now Skydance has been a movie production company forever. In fact, they bankrolled all of Tom Cruise's movies.
Mm.
So they've been around a long time, and so then they acquired Paramount Global. Now that merger needs to go through before, if this does happen where they acquire Warner's, it'll be a good 6 months or so. So these things take time because obviously there are monopoly issues. You don't want any of that, and it's got to be approved by the president and the administration. I mean, so all that kind of stuff needs to happen, but. I just wanted to point out, Jeff from Woodbury says, yes, Eric Carr passed too. Eric was the drummer that replaced Peter Criss. And I know this because I went, naturally, my buddies and all, when we went to the concert, well, for Halloween, we all did the Kiss makeup, and I was Peter Criss one year, and then when he left, then I was Eric Carr one year. So...
There you go.
Yeah, what wonderful memories though. So, but it's too bad with the people not coming through, And the thing with Zooms though, this is what I hate about Zoom interviews now, especially Zoom junkets. Okay, you got 4 minutes, and then they start hunting you at 3.
Oh,
Right now I refuse to do 4 minutes. I say it's got to be 10 or forget it.
I agree.
Well, yeah, what can you even
100%.
say in 4 minutes? You can ask like one question and give one decent answer.
Yeah, 4 minutes.
Try
is
doing
ridiculous.
4 minutes with 3 people.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, yes.
Oh.
No question.
Charlie wants to
I did
know-
one with 2 guys, and it's just one guy basically talking the whole time, and the other one's just sitting there.
Charlie wants to know if you have any knows about the WB remake of Them.
No, that's the first I've heard of it. Charlie from Albuquerque, I will get a hold of you and let you know. I wouldn't doubt it. Everything is a remake now, or
Now, is
a
them-
sequel.
That is
or a
true.
prequel.
Yeah.
Is them that movie that where they're all the ants in it and all that
Yep.
stuff? Yeah,
That's
it's
the
awesome.
one.
It's all about
Is that the
ants
one
or
with Roddy Piper? Or I think it's something else.
No, Them is from 1954, so probably not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this
It's
is
another
old.
one-word Roddy deal. But anyway, yeah. But movies now, again, they're going with the remakes, they're going with the reboots, and one that came back last week, and we talked about it last week, Alex and Andy and I, Tron Ares
Oh yes.
made
Not doing great, I've heard.
it made like 33 million or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when you have a budget of God, I have to look at the budget, but it was over the 100 mil mark.
It was 180 million, and it's made 69 at the box office. That's
So-
not great.
Whoops.
I got into some. I do articles where you explain how much money a movie makes, and people think that because they make this much at the 200 million at the box office that it's a hit. No, it is not a hit because generally, not always, but generally, the ticket costs are split between the studios and the theater owners.
Yep.
50-50.
Right.
So if you make a movie that's $180 million and you only made 33 million to start with, that means in reality you only made 18.
Yeah.
Now the 180 does not include the amount that you spend on marketing, which could be sometimes double that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
often.
I'm not
For a
saying
movie
that's
like
the case
this.
here, but even if it was half of that, that's $270 million
Mm-hmm.
that you have to cover, and you sit there and you made 18 million to start with. How in the hell are you ever going to cover that?
Right.
Yeah, no, it's doing well. Yeah, they're 70 million box office right now, so that's actually $35 million they've
35.
made. 35 million
globally.
out of $250 million. That's
Oh, God.
real bad.
It is.
If I'm not a financial guy, but if I'm going to give anybody advice, don't invest in movies.
Yeah,
There
for
you
real.
go.
Do not,
You got
because
it.
I'm looking at these numbers all the time, and I'm a financial idiot. Believe me. but I know enough how this stuff works to know that, oh, I got a great opportunity. We're doing a movie with, and it goes to show you these big stars. Doesn't matter how big the star is, because the star might go on a comedy tour to Saudi Arabia and all of a sudden he pisses you off and you're not going to see it. Go see a movie. If you want to invest in a movie, make sure the star hasn't said anything that's going to piss anybody
Right.
off.
Absolutely.
And divide your audience. There's my advice. But the first thing I'll say is don't invest. Just don't do it.
No, I agree.
Let's see. Tire Carver wanted to know the budget of the new Avatar movie. That would be Avatar Fire and Ash. And according to the internet, it is $250 million.
Oh, God.
Louise.
What are they thinking with these gigantic... It's the era of the billion-dollar movie is, I think, pretty much over.
Yeah.
It is, but
Avatar?
James Cameron knows he has cracked the code, because they thought he was nuts. Now I got both dogs getting up.
Bye, dogs.
You see, there's Winter.
Yes.
They're out of here.
Oh, you know what? I can take a break right here. We'll be right back. You
Okay.
can take care of the dogs. We'll be right back a couple minutes right after this.
Create an extreme sense of urgency. Does anybody really buy it?
We gotta sell 100 cars by Saturday to get the boss off the roof. Or, I mean, you'll never see these rebates again. And oh yeah, your trade will never be worth more.
Really? I asked Jim Paul from Valley Buick GMC in Apple Valley and Valley GMC in Hastings his thoughts.
I don't even know what to say. I hope folks are smarter than that.
Has there really ever been a time when it was urgent?
Probably not, but this tariff environment might be a first. Valley has several hundred pre-tariff units on the ground. Who knows what's going to happen with the tariffs, but these are really safe buys. Going forward, Valley's committed to make whatever the situation is as painless as possible, like we've always done.
Where can we find you then?
Get them pre-tariff. Hurry, hurry, hurry. When they're gone, they're gone. And man,
At a Valley store in Apple Valley or Hastings or valleycardealers.com. Certainly not on a roof.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Jack's Cafe. I love it. Family owned since 1933 in historic Northeast Minneapolis, serving steaks, prime rib, chops, fresh fish, and seafood to generations of Minnesotans. The holiday season's just around the corner, and there's no better time to celebrate at Jack's than during the holidays. Private company parties, family traditional dinners, dinner with old friends, or even a date night after shopping. Yeah, we've done that. Jack's is extra special. Just before Thanksgiving, all the holiday lights and the decorations will be in place and ready for your dining experience. Don't forget the special events coming up. Jack's annual Hunter's Dinner. That's on November 4th, right around the corner. There's, of course, Thanksgiving dinner. We've done that before, and it's phenomenal. Breakfast with Santa. Uh-oh. Andy, Alex, pay attention. Breakfast with Santa. December 6th, 13th, and 20th. The holiday buffet brunch, December 21st. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day celebrations. Visit Jack's Cafe, Visit jackscafe.com for all the latest updates. Well, I was thinking about taking the grandkids to see.
I just thought you changed languages for a minute.
Yeah, I did for a second. I was still thinking about, Andy's kids and Alex's kids would love that. Go see Breakfast with Santa. They'd probably love that, I would think. Holiday buffet brunch, December 21st, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day celebrations. Visit jackscafe.com for all the latest updates and for making reservations. Just lean out there. I love it. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Tim Lammers brought to you by Brad.
We got some aerobics going on here.
Oh, my God. I'm trying to do my promo, and you got Alex doing
Why are we dancing?
Yeah, Jack's Cafe. Did Seth Goldberg go there, too? No.
Yes.
Seth Rogen. I see Dave saying that it was They Live was Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Yes, that's
They
what
Live.
people have been texting in and so forth.
Now, Howard asked about Andy, you could probably find the numbers. James Cameron, they thought he was nuts with Titanic. It's one of the highest grossing movies of all time. Avatar, I think, is the highest grossing. Way of the Water. Okay. Does his streak end here? No.
Really?
It still made over $2 billion.
That's insane.
So this guy knows something that nobody else knows.
I would say if you're going to invest in James Cameron.
Well, there you go. But Yeah, so he can spend his 250 million and nobody's going to balk. And he works for Disney now. You got to remember, this was 20th Century Fox, which was then absorbed by Disney, and so they're letting him do what he wants because he has a track record. I don't think anybody else has a track record like his.
No,
So
no question about
if
it.
he says I'm going to spend 250, they don't say a thing. However, the Marvel movies, Fantastic Four was $200 million.
Really?
Captain America, Brave New World, 180. Thunderbolts, 180. These movies are tanking. And so now the Marvel Cinematic Universe isn't quite. Now next year they got a Doomsday with Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Dr. Doom. Maybe that'll get him out of the doldrums. But there's no sure thing anymore, with the exception of James Cameron's movies.
You know what's great about that story? When I worked at Capitol Records back in the day, a guy named Joe McFadden was the branch manager for Capitol Records when I worked there. And Joe and I became really good friends. Joe's a great guy. Loved the guy. No question about it. His father was Buck Owens' manager in Los Angeles. I do remember that. But Joe moved, he got kicked upstairs. He had to move to the tower in Los Angeles. And his next door neighbor, this is probably 35 years ago, maybe. Next door neighbor was your buddy you're talking about right now. They were next door neighbors when he first
James
moved.
Cameron?
Yes, he was James Cameron's neighbor. Said James Cameron's just a great guy. Now, I'm assuming after making billions of dollars, he probably doesn't live in that house anymore.
No.
That'd be my guess.
Well, I won't mention the name on the air, but there is one of my friends, I'll tell you off the air, his daughter and James Cameron's daughter were roommates.
Oh, really?
And he met James Cameron through him. I've talked with him twice, and yes, he is a great guy, and he will deliver it to you straight.
Yeah.
Now, you know, he doesn't have the best reputation for on set. He's a taskmaster.
Well, he's spending a lot of money. He's got to
Well,
be.
exactly.
He knows what he's doing.
Exactly. And, you know, people, we talked about this before. I remember on the old show with Brad Blanks and I were on at the same time, and we were talking about it. It happened around that time where Tom Cruise lost his stuff and yelled at everybody, and people were like, oh my God, look at Tom Cruise. It's like, no, don't look at Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is also a producer and sticks a lot of his own money in this.
Yeah, he does.
And if you're going to screw up, it was because of the COVID mask. A couple guys were standing around a monitor without their masks on. Now, whether they were effective or not is irrelevant. At the time, though, it was mandated, and you could get fined, and you could shut down productions. You shut down production of a movie one day, your ass is going to be sucking wind.
Well,
all right?
well, that's a good way to put it. Yes.
And so Tom Cruise had every single right to yell, as does James Cameron. Because again, yes, 250 is a lot of money to spend on a movie, but he's being responsible with that money. You know, so responsible. I mean, is spending $250 million on a movie responsible in the big scheme? Probably not. I mean, you know, you could feed a third world country with that amount of money.
Right.
But when you're talking about a movie business deal, you still have investors you have to answer to and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I think you have every right to be a pain in the ass to people if you need to be.
Yeah,
you know?
I think that's probably true.
Yeah.
All right. Is that everything, sir?
That is everything. Next week, I will talk about Frankenstein since it will be opening locally next week. And I gave you an assignment to watch both those trailers. Have you watched the Frankenstein trailers yet? Because you and your dad are the horror movie people.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I need to. I will.
Yeah. Tommy, watch
I
the
remember.
trailers.
You're going to watch the trailers.
Guillermo del Toro, again, I said this before, dude's on a completely different level than anybody else. So I can't wait to tell you about the big screen experience of it, because I think it's going to do a lot of business, because it's coming to Netflix on November 7th. That people want
on my
to
birthday.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Coming on my birthday. That's
Frankenstein with Guillermo on your birthday. There you go.
But the problem, the only problem I got before you leave, there's Frankenstein, and then there's Herman Munster. That's all I have to say. God, what a great character that was.
Lily.
The Munsters. What a great show.
Remind me next week. I got a great story of a friend that used to represent. What's the guy who played the guy with the vampire? Grandpa.
Oh, Grandpa.
Oh, yeah, Grandpa.
He had I have a funny story about him,
Love
but I'll
to
save
hear
that
it.
till next week.
Al Lewis.
Al Lewis.
Al
There you
Lewis.
go.
Oh,
Kind
before
of
we go, what was the name of Mary Tyler Moore's boss? Lou. What was
Lou
his
Grant.
What was his
Oh,
Grant?
Ed Asner.
No, Mr. Grant. That's what it was. We couldn't come up with his last name.
Yeah, Mr.
We knew it
Grant,
was
right.
Lou. We could not come up with
Oh,
Grant.
Lou Grant. Yeah, great Ed Asner.
Why don't
I
you just
don't know
Google it?
why. All of a sudden, we were going through the cast of Mary Tyler Moore show for some strange reason. We just couldn't remember Mr. Grant.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right. Well, have a great weekend, everybody, and
You too.
we'll talk about Frankenstein
Frankenstein.
next week.
Sounds good, pal. Tim Lammers brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury lawyer seeking justice for the injured. You can find Bradshaw and Bryant at MinnesotaPersonalInjury.com.
He said, I hate spunk.
I hate
That's why we were
spunk. That's
talking
right.
about it. We said something was spunky, and I went, I hate spunk.
That's exact. Honest to
That's
God.
so funny.
Is that a
Was it
Mary Tyler Moore
TFFI?
thing?
Yeah, because Mr. Grant said to Mary Tyler Moore,
Oh.
you've got a lot of spunk. And she's like, oh, gee, thank you. And he's like, I hate spunk.
The famous line.
Yeah.
Very,
Very
famous
famous
line. Yes.
All right, Andy, Alex, any closing words?
Jack's Cafe giveaway. One more
Yeah.
week to go, I believe.
Yeah.
So x.com/Tom Bernard Show. Comment on the pinned tweet. Drawing will be on the 27th. So there's that.
Okay.
All right,
And
Alex.
then, yes, if you want a fun shirt, just like Charlie was wearing,
Fun shirt.
go to our
Wee, wee.
website, tombernardshow.com,
Then thank you,
and
Charlie.
click on the
Appreciate
merch tab. Yes, thank you for modeling that for us.
Exactly. Alex, any closing words?
Nope.
Nope.
Nothing
All right, we'll
whatsoever.
talk to you on Monday. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Every time I hear the same, reminds me how you talking.